Hello students, good evening to all of you. Today I am going to teach you the poem A Tiger in the Zoo. This poem has been composed by Leslie Norris. First I will tell you briefly about the poet. Leslie Norris was born on 21st May 1921 and died on 6th April 2006. He was a prize-winning Welsh poet and a story writer. Up to 1974, he earned his living as a college lecturer, teacher, and headmaster. Then he adopted writings. After that, I would like to tell you about the poem very briefly. This poem contrasts a tiger in the zoo with the tiger in his natural habitat. The poem moves from the zoo to the jungle and back again to the zoo. Now I will teach you this poem stanza wise. Now stanza 1. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. Vivid means here bright colored. Stalks means walks proudly. Stripes means lines. Rage means anger. Velvet means soft. In this stanza, the poet describes the appearance of the tiger in the zoo and his daily movements. The tiger moves up and down of his cage. He walks quietly because of his smooth, soft pads. He is able to walk only few steps because of the short length of the cage. He is angry as he does not like the life of a cage. He likes to live freely in the jungle. Now stanza 2. He should be lurking in the shadow, sliding through the long grass near the water pole where plump deer pass. In this stanza, the poet is filled with pity, looking at the imprisoned tiger. He says that the poor tiger should have been in his natural habitat, that is, the wild forest. He will be hiding himself in the long grass so that his prey will not be able to detect his movements. In this way, the tiger will be able to move to the source of water where all the animals come to drink water in the sunny afternoon. He would also be waiting for the fat deer to pass that way. It means that he will be lying there in the expectation of a heavy prey. Now I tell you the meaning of the second stanza. Lurking means hiding. Sliding means moving secretly. Plump means fat. Now stanza 3. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, barring his white fangs, his claws terrorizing the village. Snarling means growling. Barring means sawing. Terrorizing means frightening. The poet says that the tiger will be growling at the edge of the jungle near some village. He will be showing his white fangs and claws. In this way, he will be frightening the villagers. It means if we destroy the habitat of the tigers, they will be forced to turn to our homes and villages to find their food. Now stanza 4. But he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. But he is locked in a concrete cell. The tiger in the zoo is locked in a concrete cell. It means he is locked in a cage. His strength is behind the bars, but he is not able to show his strength. He keeps on walking the length of his cage. He also ignores his visitors. He is angry. He doesn't want to look at his visitors also. He does not like the life of a cage. He wants to live freely in a jungle. Now stanza 5. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. The poet describes about the daily routine of the tiger. The tiger does not rest during the day due to the visitors. He is not able to sleep soundly at night due to the patrolling cars. He keeps staring at the brilliant stars. Perhaps he is asking the heaven why he has been locked in this prison. Students, this is the explanation of this poem, and I hope that you all will be able to understand it. If you have any problem, so you can share your problem in the group, and I will try to solve these problems. And after listening the video, you also have to do exercise of this poem. Thank you. That's all.